Hi, Eleanor. I noticed something, but you must receive welfare, right, Eleanor?
Huh? What is this suddenly? I don't receive welfare. I know that there are people who receive welfare because they can't make a living without it, but we don't meet those requirements.
That must mean you're receiving it illegally.
No, it means that there's no need for us to receive welfare. Don't bend my own words, please.
But you're a single mother no matter how you look at it, right, Eleanor? And you're not working no matter how you look at it as well. But you still manage to make a living, which must mean that you're receiving welfare.
I already told you this several times, right? I have a husband and he has a job, so we have no problem supporting ourselves.
But I haven't seen your husband even once in the last 3 months since I moved here.
He's been on a business assignment for a year and he's going to be returning soon.
There's no use lying like that. I'll find out immediately.
Please don't make me repeat myself. Can you not understand what I'm telling you?
I told you, I understand that you're receiving welfare.
No!
No need to get mad.
If you really have no intention of understanding, then please don't contact me anymore. I'm not going to deal with you any more than I have to as well from now on.
Huh?
I still have household chores to do, so goodbye.
Hi, Eleanor. I just arrived at the station.
Welcome home, Christopher. I can't believe that your one-year assignment is finally over.
Yep, it's finally over. Thanks for taking care of the house while I was gone.
No problem. Oh, you're going to be visiting your parents' house first, right?
Yep. It's on the way to our house, so I can't really just pass it by. And I want to visit my father's grave as well.
By the way, I invited your mother to dinner today.
Oh. Is that so?
It's your mother we're talking about, so she's probably going to make you go home quickly to see your wife and children, which is why I invited her to dinner.
I understand. Got it. So, I should bring Mom with me, right?
Yep, thanks.
Hi, Eleanor. Sorry, but could you come pick me up at the north exit of F Station?
What? F Station is the station nearest your office, right? What happened?
Well, you see, ever since I went to work on the day after coming home from my assignment, I've been being followed by a strange woman.
Huh? Seriously?
Well, at first I thought it was just a coincidence or that I might just be imagining things, but at first I just saw her in the station or in the train, but today she was waiting for me in front of my office.
What?
I go to the station nearest our house, the station by bicycle, so I think she doesn't know where we live yet, but I walk from F Station to my office, and I think that's when she must have followed me. I was stalked just back then from the office to F Station. For some reason, I think she was trying to hug me.
Huh?
That's when I panicked and fled into the men's bathroom near the north exit stairs and...
It isn't someone from your company, right?
It probably isn't. Almost all the women who enter our office wear suits or casual office clothes, but this woman wears clothing that's extremely revealing and wears extremely heavy makeup. No woman from our company dresses like that to work. It's probably meant as some sort of fashion. It makes her stand out in a bad way. I think she's probably in her late 30s.
Just listening to your description gives me the shivers.
Looking at her is worse.
All right, I'll come pick you up. I'll have to give our children to your mother, so it might take a while.
It's all right. I can wait. I'll call Mom about it as well.
Yep, thanks. Wait for me there.
Eleanor, could you come out of your house for a second?
Huh?
I'm waiting at the park near your house.
What is it, Emma? I told you I didn't want to have to deal with you any more than I have to.
Just come out, will you? There's something very important that I want to tell you.
Fine, I'll come and meet you.
Don't run away! I chased you to your house, but you drove away by car.
My cheeks started swelling because you punched me, so my husband is driving me to the clinic.
What? The clinic? Your husband?
Goodbye.
What are you saying? You're a single mother, right? Hi, Eleanor. You should have returned home from the clinic by now, right? Then it's time for you to explain.
That's what I wanted to tell you. Just what do you think you're doing? As soon as you saw me, you punched me in the face. I don't remember doing anything to deserve that.
Stay away from my boyfriend. Get away from him now, you slut!
Your boyfriend? I'm not seeing any men except my husband.
Stop lying. Your life is so full of lies. You lie that you have a husband even though you're a single mother, and you won't admit that you're receiving welfare. Not only that, but now you're trying to steal my boyfriend. What do you mean you're not seeing any men except your husband?
I'm trying to ask you who this boyfriend of yours you're talking about is.
He's my boyfriend.
I'm asking for his name.
His name is Mr. Neal.
What?
It was 1 week ago. He picked up the handkerchief that I dropped on the stairs at the station. The moment he handed me the handkerchief, we fell in love. And in the one until yesterday, the two of us have been meeting on his way to and from work and went on multiple dates in the train. The two of us got to know each other during this time, and I thought that today I would wait in front of his office and spend the night with him at a hotel. I even got all dressed up, but then he became shy and fled, so I chased him to the station. I was waiting for him in front of the men's bathroom when you came in your car and drove him away.
Where did you hear the name Neal?
I followed him home on the day we met, and I read it on the nameplate in front of his house. You see, whenever I try to ask him for his contact information, he gets shy and tries to escape. Without thinking, I parted the crowd and followed him.
Is it the case that the day this man picked up your handkerchief for you, was it last week Monday?
Oh, so he told you about me? If that's the case, then keep your hands off him.
But your boyfriend is my husband.
Huh?
That day when you followed my husband and arrived at a house that wasn't our house, but his mother's house that he just happened to stop by. That's where you saw the name Neal, right? On the nameplate in front of her house? Did you forget that my last name is also Neal?
Huh? But that's just a coincidence.
According to my mother-in-law, who's been living here for a long time, there are only 2 houses with the name Neal written on them around here. Her own house and ours, where me and my husband and our children live.
What? No way! But you're a single mother that receives welfare.
I already told you again and again that none of what you're saying is true. The day you said my husband picked up your handkerchief for you was the day my husband got home from his assignment abroad.
What? It can't be true. He's my boyfriend.
Then can you say his full name?
What?
His last name is Neal. Can you tell me his first name? If you say that he's really your boyfriend, then you must have his contact information, right? It's a day off for my husband today and he's sitting right next to me. Why don't you try contacting him?
What? He's next to you.
Yep. It looks like you didn't notice, but the person who drove me to the hospital after I came home with my cheeks swelling was my husband.
What?
That means that he now knows that his wife was punched by the woman who's been stalking him for the past week.
No way!
He says he's not going to forgive you for this.
Why? The passion the two of us nurtured for each other this past week.
I have the perfect words for you right now. Do you want to hear them?
What is it?
You're delusional, Emma.
What?
I'm filing a police report.
Huh?
Don't bother us ever again. Hey, Christopher. I know you're probably on your lunch break, but I'll give you a brief explanation of the situation.
Oh, what's up?
Emma's husband came to apologize earlier.
What? Her husband?
Just to be safe, I talked to him through the intercom, but we got divorced today. I took custody of the children, and we're going to be moving to where I'm currently based, at a prefecture. Sorry for all the trouble we caused you, he said.
That woman had a husband?
Yep, I was surprised as well. He said he was on assignment abroad until recently, just like you.
Is that so? Does that mean that she didn't believe what you said and called you a single mother who was receiving welfare, even though she was in the exact same situation as you?
According to the other mothers, she would always complain that it's so unfair she's a single mother and yet unemployed. It seems that would help out at a store an acquaintance of hers owned a few times a week.
So she was jealous that she was working and yet you weren't.
It seems so.
She didn't know that you were actually an artist that made $40,000 a year, though.
I know if some of my friends find out, they'll ask me to make things for them at a cheaper price or even for free, so I'll make sure not to tell anyone.
Well, anyways, we're not going to take down the police report, right?
Yep. I don't think she's going to be sent to prison, but luckily we're going to be moving with your mother to your new place of assignment.
Let's prepare so that we can move as soon as possible.
Got it.
Oh, looks like my lunch break is going to be over. See you.
Yep. Take care. A few days later, two people who called themselves Emma's grandparents came to apologize. Apparently, Emma's parents had disappeared for some reason, so her grandparents were going to take responsibility for Emma. But I was a bit worried of handing over that monster to this old couple, but it seems that the two have some sort of connection, and they were going to send Emma to some workplace to pay off the loans she had to take to pay off the alimony she had to pay me. At least, that was the plan. It seems that her delusional disorder wasn't just going to go away that easily, and once again, she started stalking a man at her workplace that she took a fancy of. She was fired from work and was once again forced to pay an alimony. Apparently, she went into huge debt after that, and no one's seen her since.
Deep text.
Hey, Renna. Is the Sunday of the week after next okay for the get-together with your parents?
Hey, Ken. Thanks for working so hard lately. You're the best. Yeah, I think the week after next should be good. Mom and Dad should be at home then, so I don't see why not.
Okay, great. Let's go for a week on Sunday then.
Sounds good. Thanks for coming up with a day. I don't know about you, but I'm kinda nervous. I can't believe it's your first time meeting my parents, despite the fact that we're getting married. That's heavy.
No kidding. It's just been one thing after the other with work, and we never really got a chance, huh? This might just be the most nervous I've ever been in my life. Do you think I should wear a suit?
No way, silly. Just wear your normal clothes. Oh yeah, that reminds me. I was wondering if I should invite Mel to be there for the introduction too.
I guess I don't really mind. Mel knows I proposed to you, right? I wouldn't want to bother her on her day off work, though, so only invite her if it's not a problem.
Yeah, about that. Mel hasn't been herself lately. She seems a little down. I was thinking it might do her some good to spend some time with everyone. It's been so long. I think it might be just what she needs.
Oh? I didn't know about that. I see. Wonder if something happened.
I've asked her a few times, but she keeps saying she's fine. Ever since we were kids, she's always been the type to hide how she's really feeling. Honestly, she never tells me anything. I don't know whether it's because we're twins, but even if she doesn't say a thing, I can tell when something's bothering her.
I see. I guess that is a little worrying. Hopefully being reunited with everyone will give her a break from her worries. Could be just what she needs.
Listen, on the off chance that she says anything to you about how she's feeling, would you do me a favor and hear her out? I want her to have someone she can talk to.
Huh? Me? Would she really unload her words onto me of all people?
She likes you, you know? She even praised you before. She said you always seem so relaxed and laid back. And that she feels like you're the sort of person she could rely on you if she needed to.
What? But I'm not like that at all. Okay, deal. If she says anything to me, I'll hear her out.
Thanks a bunch, honey. I'm counting on you. I'll tell my parents about the plan. Knowing them, they'll probably prepare an unnecessary large buffet.
I mean, it wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. I can always eat.
Good evening, Ken. Oh, it's been a while.
Hi, Mel. No kidding. How you been? It's not like you to message me. Did something happen?
I heard you and Rena are getting married, so naturally, I wanted to congratulate you. Congratulations. Take good care of my big sister, okay? And don't forget to give me some attention every now and then, too.
Thanks. I'm gonna be going to your parents' place soon so I can meet them before the wedding. Did Rena tell you?
Yep, she told me. The thing is, I really want to go, but I have plans on that day, and I can't make it.
Oh, I see. That's a shame. But let's go out for a meal somewhere some other time to make up for it. Just the three of us, okay?
Sounds good.
You're gonna be family when I marry your big sis, after all. And that means you're gonna be stuck with me. I hope you're prepared. I want you to know that if you ever need anyone to talk to, I'm here. Whether I'll be of any use is a different matter altogether.
Ken, thank you. Listen, the thing is, I actually messaged you today because there was something I wanted to talk about.
Oh, you did? What is it?
Well, you see, I'm pregnant.
Wow, congratulations! I didn't know you had a boyfriend. Wait a sec. No way. Is he refusing to acknowledge it as his?
No, the baby is yours.
What? The baby is mine?
Yes, I'm pregnant with your child, Ken.
No. Wait a sec. Me and you aren't even together, Mel.
I know that.
But in that case, you must know it's not possible for you to be pregnant with my kid.
That's where you're wrong. You don't know this, but I went on a date with you in my sister's place one time.
Wait, what? No way. No way! There's just no way. It's 100% impossible. No, 200% impossible.
The truth is, Ken, it was love at first sight. As soon as I saw you, I knew you were the one. I knew that we were meant to be together. On that day, Rena had a cold and she was feeling pretty under the weather. I could hear how ill she was on the phone, so I bought some vitamin drinks and headed over to her apartment. While I was there, she told me about how she was supposed to go on a date with you that evening. Then, after she fell asleep, something just came over me. I put on some of her clothes and headed out to meet you for the date, pretending to be her.
Wow. Oh my god.
There was a day where she canceled on you last minute, but then texted a little later saying it turned out she could go after all, right? Remember?
Well, yeah, I remember, but she said that was because you caught a cold and she was gonna stay home and look after you while you recovered.
That was because I took her phone when she wasn't looking and sent a phony message. Speaking honestly, I was almost certain you'd know it was me, but I liked you so much I thought, what the hell, let's do it. What surprised me the most was that you didn't even seem suspicious.
Come on, Mel, are you serious? None of this makes sense. The entire chat history is still there. Surely Rena would have seen it when she woke up and realized what was going on.
Yes, which is why when the date was over, I apologized to her immediately. I think that's why she fell for it so completely. Of course, I didn't tell her about us sleeping together. I just played me going on the date instead of her as some kind of prank. Like a wanting to see how long I could trick you for kind of thing. Fun and games, you know?
I see.
The thing is, I've wanted kids for a long time, and that hasn't changed. But I'm not sure I can raise a child all on my own. To tell you the truth, I'm scared, Ken. Which is why I'm not going to ask you to acknowledge the baby. But I am going to need compensation in the form of child support payments, at least for a little while.
Compensation? What the hell?
I did think about raising it completely on my own, and honestly, I'd rather do it that way, but it's unrealistic. I'd be at work all the time, and I want to be there for the baby at least for the first year. I'm not going to ask you to pay child support for 20 years or anything. That would just be crazy. But at the very least, instead of that, and please understand I never wanted to ask you this, but could I ask you for a one-time payment of $40,000?
Holy freaking Jesus balls.
I'm sure I remember you and Rena talking about how you were saving up money in some kind of marriage fund, right? On top of that, you invest in stocks and shares, right? And didn't you say you dabble in crypto too? Surely you can put together a measly $40,000 for our baby.
Like hell I can!
What? Why not? Look, I know it could be argued that it was wrong of me to deceive you like that. But this is your own child we're talking about here. If you won't pay, I'll tell Rena and my parents that you got me pregnant. Do you really want that to happen? Rena would be heartbroken. She'd never recover.
Of course I don't want that to happen. It's just that I honestly have no recollection of sleeping with you.
I told you! I dressed up in Rena's clothes and pretended to be her when she canceled your date. You can either pay me $40,000 and this all disappears, or we can go public with everything and you marry me. Which will it be? I'm not unreasonable. If you marry me and take responsibility for your child, then we can forget about the money. It will, of course, involve you breaking up with Rena, though.
Look, Mel, I'm sorry, but none of this is making any sense to me. Can you give me some time to think things over?
Fine. But make up your mind quickly. We don't have forever here. Every second you spend hesitating over what to do is a second our baby keeps growing. Ken! Have you made a decision yet? What's taking so long? It's been an entire week since you said you needed more time.
Look, Mel, there's just no way I can go along with this.
Are you still intent on playing dumb? It's time to stop being stubborn and face reality.
You and Brenna are identical twin, which means the average guy on the street might confuse you for each other at a glance. But I know you both, and I can tell the difference. Your mannerisms, your personalities, the way you speak, the vibe is just different. All the makeup, hairstyling, or clothes in the world wouldn't make me mistake you for my own fiancé. I could drink 10 beers and still be able to tell you apart. And we didn't even drink that night.
Ken, you're lying, aren't you? Even our parents get us mixed up sometimes. Do you really think you know us better than them? That's ridiculous, and you know it. Face reality already.
Okay, so where's the proof it's my kid? If it's a DNA test you need, I'll be right there with you. Give me the cup and I'll shoot.
Wow, are you serious? Are you saying you don't believe me? I'm your fiancé's sister. We'll be family soon. How could you be so horrible? I've had it with you. If that's your attitude, you leave me no choice. I'm telling Rena and my parents. You made me do this. This means war. I'll crush your wedding dream into little pieces.
Give it your best shot, because there's no way what you're saying is true. I've examined it from 1,000 different angles, and there's no scenario where what you're saying happened.
I'm finally seeing your true colors. To think you tried to escape responsibility for your own kid.
What you're saying is literally impossible, because I can't have kids.
Huh?
I'm impotent. Shooting blanks. My boys can't swim.
Huh? Wait, what? What? Why didn't you tell me that from the start? Are you serious? This has been nothing but a huge waste of time!
I see. Yep, I knew it. You were lying. The reason I went quiet for so long was because I was racking my brains to try to find any kind of reason you'd lie about something like this.
Wow. That's funny.
Excuse me? Which part is funny?
The idea of my sister marrying a good-for-nothing infertile loser like you. You're damaged goods. Do you have any idea how much my sister loves kids? You're doomed from the start. There's no way your marriage is going to last. You may as well not even bother and save yourself the hurt.
Rena said yes when I proposed, knowing full well about my condition, which is why we planned on living happily together, even if it meant we could never have kids.
Well, that may be so. But what about our parents? Do you have any idea how many times they've told me how excited they are to meet their grandkids? You've got another thing coming if they think they'll allow this. I've got it. I'm gonna make you an offer you can't refuse. If you pay me a generous fee and hush money, I'll agree not to tell my parents about your unfortunate condition. Believe me, you're done for if they find out. Think about it. Everyone wins. You'd be a fool to say no.
Everyone wins? How so? Because all this sounds like to me is that you're so desperate for money you'll stop at nothing to get your grubby hands on it. Even if it means destroying your family's lives.
Whatever. You can think that if it makes you feel better. I guess it's not exactly wrong. I'm really a sucker for a fat wad of cash. But looking at it from your perspective, you want my mom and dad to like you, right? You must be really nervous about meeting them. You do want to be accepted, don't you?
Well, yeah, but that's exactly why I don't want to lie to them. Funnily enough, I just arrived at your parents' place with Rena.
Huh? But the wedding introduction wasn't supposed to be for another week.
True, but then you decided to pull this lunatic stunt of yours and the plan changed. I thought it'd be better if they heard it straight from the horse's mouth rather than you telling them in a malicious attempt to destroy their image of me. I decided it was best to start from a point of honesty and tell them the truth straight away.
Wait, if you're at my parents' place, does that mean you told my family about me?
It's not exactly that I told them. It's more that they're looking at my phone right now watching this conversation play out in real time.
What? They're doing... What? Oh my god! What have you done? Are you trying to destroy your fiancé's sister's reputation? What's wrong with you?
The only one who destroyed your reputation is you, young lady. You're the shame of this family. You disgust me.
Huh?
Oh, that wasn't me. It was your dad. So yeah, that's basically where we are right now.
I'm so sorry. Dad, please. I made a mistake, please. It was all just one big prank. A joke. I didn't mean it. Please, believe me.
How about you come over and explain yourself to everyone in person? To quote your dad, "Get your ass over here now!" I think it's about time you took responsibility for what you've done.
If you'd have just kept your mouth shut and paid me the money, my plan would have worked.
Excuse me? Do you have zero self-awareness? In any case, you seriously need to get your head checked out. This isn't normal behavior. The one who hurt your sister is you, Mel. No, wrong. You hurt your entire family. It turns out the reason Mel was so desperate for money was because she'd become a regular at a local strip club and fallen in love with one of the gigolos, who periodically requested large sums of money from her, and she subsequently ended up in mountains of debt. To make matters worse, I was gobsmacked when I found this out, but apparently this is the second time. The first time, her mom and dad saved her butt and paid off her $80,000 of debt, but they made it absolutely clear that they never be doing it again, and warned her vehemently against going down the same path. Sadly, even after being granted a second chance at life, she didn't learn from her mistakes, and this time was even stupid enough to borrow from a black market loan shark. Rena and her parents were furious at her for trying to extort money out of me, and they came down on her like a ton of bricks. I don't think I've ever seen a human being look so terrified. In the end, they cut her out of their lives completely. Apparently, her parents had sold their car, canceled their insurance policy, and begged various relatives to come up with the money to pay off the debts the first time around. Rena even donated the entirety of her savings account to get her wayward twin sister out of this catastrophic mess she'd gotten herself into. It's hardly surprising that none of them had the patience to put up with her shenanigans a second time around. 6 months later, Mel showed up at her parents' house looking so worn out and beaten down by life that I can only describe her appearance as homeless. Of course, she lied about my role in everything, but it turns out she genuinely had been pregnant, and she came to beg for money to help with bringing up the baby. The baby daddy was none other than the male stripper she had fallen in love with. Needless to say, her dad sent her on her way before she even had time to say hello. By the way, the in-laws both apologized to me profusely for everything their daughter had put me through. They also had no issue with me not being able to have kids. In their words, as long as you two are happy together, you have our complete, unwavering support. With that, it was full steam ahead for the wedding. Up until then, I'd never felt any kind of positive emotion towards my condition. But in this case, it was precisely because I was infertile that Mel's efforts to deceive me ended in failure. Thanks to my boy's inability to swim, me and my family were able to cut an unbelievably toxic individual out of our lives forever. She might have called me damaged goods, but now me and Rena are living out our married lives in tranquil peace and harmony, and I've never been happier. I intend to continue being a good, honest husband from here on out and live out my life in happiness with the woman I love.